Very good morning to all the viewers of Q News English with me, Vijay Rana, and Deepak from our studios out here in Bangalore. And I'm just combing my hair before I get to meet all of you yet again in today's morning telecast. And we have Shanarthi Telangana, starting with which we have Kerala. Every day it looks like I'm really addicted to Shanarthi Telangana, and I don't go through all the newspapers, all the others. So let's do one thing. Let's come to Shanarthi Telangana later on. But we have quite a bit of news, and it's covering literally everything for me. But just as a change, today let's change the trend and let's start with some other newspaper. Which one it would be? Please do let me know in the comment section which one you want me to take it up. Will it be Times of India or the Hindu? We already have Selva Rajan with fun. Have a great day. Love watching your channel. Hyderabad, Deccan, India. Importance. How important vote? How importance vote? No sale. So he's saying how important it is not to sell your vote. So vote for money, or money for vote, that should not be done. It is very important. And we have Shubhra Prashar also wishing us all a good morning, a very good morning to you as well, Shubhra. And we have Satyam along with Naveen Kota, who says Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. So that was the nara, that was the slogan that was used way back. So he still remembers. Who was the one who gave Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan? Was it Lal Bahadur Shastri? No. Let's see. Was it Lal Bahadur Shastri? Interesting one. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. So let's see. In fact, I forgot. Was it Lal Bahadur Shastri? I hope so. Let's see. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan slogan. It was indeed Lal Bahadur Shastri who gave this Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. एक भारत का प्रसिद्ध नारा है. ये नारा सबसे पहले, now how do I read this? 1964. What is this? Deepak, can you read this? 1965. 1965 के भारत पाक युद्ध के दौरान भारत के तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री श्री लाल बहादुर शास्त्री ने दिया था. So by Jai Jawan he means the army men, and Jai Kisan, because both of them are actually the backbone of any country, the farmers and the army men. And quite a contrast, the condition of the Jawan and Kisan, it was both in shovels. They were both really not in a very good condition at that point in time. So 1965, so Deepak knows how to read the alphabets. I can pronounce few of them in Hindi, but I cannot read alphabets in Hindi. The numbers in Hindi. I can read the alphabets though. So it was Lal Bahadur Shastri. Indeed, I was correct. So coming back to the comment section, thank you so much yet again, Naveen, for actually bringing this up. It actually refreshed my memory cells also. And moving on, the newspaper that we were talking about, which one do we take up? We take up the Hindu. It's been a long time. I haven't seen the ads. And, let's see. The cost of it is ₹8. And we have one paper dedicated to the ads. Second paper dedicated to the ads. Third paper dedicated to the ads. Fourth paper, and we have in cinemas this Diwali. So that reminds me, Diwali is also round the corner, and we have the Avengers. Are they the Avengers or the superheroes? Which movie is that? The Marvels, okay, on November 10th in English, Hindi, Tamil and Telugu. All right. So we have advertisements. Why so? Why is the Hindu, giving so many advertisements back to back? And finally, we have the main newspaper, which will have, how many pages are there? It has 24 pages. So people, if I go out and take a printout, although the paper is that of A4 size, and the quality also differs. It might be an executive bond. So the cost will be certainly more than ₹1 or ₹1. So it has 24 pages and the cost is 8 rupees. What about the people who actually work in the press, who work in the printing press, so to say, their salaries, their HR salaries, there are so many expenses, and how can they sell a paper at rupees 8? It is because of these ads. These are the ads that fetch them the revenue. And if you notice, these are the tender notices from SBI, State Bank of India. Now that is, again, it does not, it comes under central government. So it is very important. What happens is, why, it actually makes or pushes media to be biased, which is the fourth pillar, because the revenue, it's the money that is exchanging hands. So basically all the ministries, we have a road transport ministry from government of India, they have published here they're all notices in this newspaper. Andhra Pradesh Inland Waterways Authority, Southern Railway, Southeastern Central Railway, Southern Power Distribution Company. So these are all the, they are all government entities, and they have to, give their advertisement. So why they chose only this, or they choose, specific newspapers, though they have the liberty to choose the highest circulated newspapers, and they have to pay them basis the space that they are going to utilize. So that is how they are making their money, and these are the private players which come into picture, and this is how they take the entire page. And this is HP, the global giant HP. So they are into manufacturing of computers, laptops, servers. So that is what they do, and they have immense, they have huge budget for their advertising also, which they spend in this way. Now that, what that means is that this newspaper, especially one thing, it is published in English. So it is not for a farmer who does not understand English. One. Two, it is only for the elite class, not elite class, I would say. It is only for the, educated class who have, who have been educated in English. And a lot of people, in fact, majority of Indians still reside in villages. So they do not follow English. They might know how to read and write their local languages. But these are the major circulated papers amongst the working class, so to say. I would say, if you are working in a company, definitely you might have to interact in English, or you might want to learn English. So that's become a mandate, and it's really a sad state of affairs for us Indians, that we are forgetting our native languages, or we need to, not forgetting, so to say, is not the right word, but our local languages are actually not being given preference at various levels. But English is the one that steals the show, because it's a global language. Alright, so people might say, then why are you talking in English? I'm talking in English because I have a Hindi channel as well, and I'm going to start QTV Kannada also. I could not start it on the first reason being Kirti was seriously ill. She was not keeping well. So probably next Sunday or Saturday I might see her back, and we will start. It should be a good start. A person should be in a good and healthy state of mind and physical being as well. Now, owing to which, let's come back to the headlines. And Kejriwal defies summons by ED, goes for a road show. So, Kejriwal, why? What are these summons all about? It's about the liquor case. Two of his ministers are already behind the bars, and now it's the turn for Kejriwal, but he denies. He can do this 3 times. He can say no to the summons. He will not accept the summons 3 times, and if he does that, the 4th time there will be no summon. It will directly be a non-bailable warrant that will be issued against him, and he will be behind the bars as well if he does that. Now, Delhi CM sends a letter to Central Agency calling the summons a fishing and roving exercise and unsustainable in law. Attends party event in Madhya Pradesh, says he is not afraid of arrest, slams BJP's decision. So now he's alleging that this is all framed by BJP. Now BJP got the ministers from Telangana, BJP got the industrialists from Telangana and various other southern states. They were the ones to change they were the ones to ask the ministers of his party to change the law or amend the laws accordingly. It actually happened, sir. It actually happened. There are proofs. BJP might want to unearth, or they might want to frame you, but you might not be related to it. It's yet to be decided by the courts. But BJP did not create this entire scam. Moving on, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal did not appear before the ED for questioning in Delhi excise policy. One minister did appear. There was another scam that was brought into limelight by one of the MPs of Bharatiya Janata Party, and it was about taking Adani's name or questioning Adani again and again in the parliament. So that was done by none other than Mahua Mitra from West Bengal, and now that has also been questioned, and she was supposed to attend a session with the bench that was formed, and she also actually walked out yesterday. And the allegation was that the questions that were asked were not. Where is that news? Okay, is it covered in Times of India? Where is Mahua Mitra? Yes, Mahua. Opposition storm out of, what is OPPN? Storm out of the panel meeting. The Lok Sabha ethics panel bid to record the statement of cash for query. Now, she was being paid to ask a question. Wow, I want that job. How many of you actually want this job where if you ask a question, you will get money? I want that job. Deepak, would you need that? Would you want that job? तुमको भी करनी है ऐसी नौकरी? सवाल पूछने का पैसा मिलेगा. All right, so this is what happens, people. That is how important the members are, and that is how important their voices are, or that is how important our voices are. Now, they are our representatives, so let's see what happened and what were the questions that were asked to her. And accused Mahua Moitra remained inconclusive Thursday and ended on stormy note as opposition members of the committee. Okay, Mahua, opposition storm out of panel meeting. That's what it means. OPPN. Can somebody let me know what is OPPN? Is it an acronym for opposition? All right. The members of the committee stormed out of the meeting along with Moitra, accusing the panel's chairman as king. Personal and unethical question. Asking personal and unethical questions. So the irony is, it is the ethics committee, and the allegation that has been made is that they asked unethical questions. So what an irony that is. Committee chairman Vinod Sonkar, who belongs to BJP, later hit back against the attempt to distract attention from grave charges of corruption against the TMC MP, that is Trinamool Congress. The committee continued deliberations even after the walkout. Later, Moitra wrote to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and said, "I write to you in great anguish today to update you on the unethical, sordid and prejudiced behavior meted out to me at the hearing of the ethics committee by the chairman." Talking to the reporters after meeting ended, Sonkar claimed that the objectionable words were used against the committee chairman and its members. Now, what exactly happened here is, she actually visited, I think Dubai it was, or a foreign nation, and the committee started asking questions as to show us the call records that you made during your visit to that place, or to Dubai. And the persons you met, who were the persons you met in Dubai, and also where were you staying in Dubai, and who all were staying with you. So these were the questions that were asked to her, and she says it is unethical to ask these questions. I'm not sure. And okay, we were reviewing the Hindu first. Now, mob loots weapons from Manipur police. So, Manipur yet again in news, and for the same reason with which we had started this telecast of Q News English. I think this was the first news, one of the first news that I read. In fact, the second day, on my second day of job, I read this news. And the similar news has popped up again. Members of Kukizo community huddle outside Assam Rifles camp in Mora on Thursday. Now, what happened here is I was a 15-year-old minor girl, and it is alleged that the defense forces they physically assaulted the girl, and owing to which these agitations and these protests are taking place. That's really sad, and owing to which around 700 armed miscreants attempted to storm a police camp and snatched 8 sophisticated weapons, over 600 rounds of ammunition, and over half a dozen vehicles from the multiple police locations in Imphal. Now, how is that possible? Reason being, they did not open fire. They had sophisticated weapons, but they did not open fire on them because they were citizens of India. Although they were armed, still there was no firing that actually took place. Although the loot took place, which will be recovered, and as far as I can see, they are standing at ease. The defense forces, and the agitations are taking place. Now, dialing down distractions. Now, TSRTC bars phones in driver's cabin. So you might have seen, in fact, I have traveled in local transport as well. So I saw, the driver was continuously on, he was over the phone, he was talking to somebody on, his cell phone. And it was actually worrying me as to, what is going to be my fate, because this guy looks really distracted. And I think that has been noticed, although I did not raise my voice against it. Some lady actually did that. She actually told the conductor of the bus to request the driver not to speak over the phone for long, and he also obliged. So thank you, driver Saab, for obliging the request that day. I'm still alive in front of you. Now, a step towards, now this is what the government has also taken notice of, and it's going to be banned. They cannot use the cell phones in driver's cabin. So there is no provision for them. What if they get an emergency phone call? So they might have to share the conductor's phone number. That's an alternative. Conductor can take that emergency phone call, and they can inform the driver, and the driver can then react. Now, Supreme Court Committee on HCA finds misappropriation of funds. Nageshwara Rao, so funds have been misappropriated, says the Supreme Court Committee. And KCR kin using KLIP as personal ATM, says Rahul Gandhi. Now, Rahul Gandhi is out there in Telangana, people, and he is visiting Kaleshwaram project. So a lot of people also, and this mega project, which actually is world's largest lift irrigation program, has actually become a bane for the ruling government BRS. Everybody, be it BJP, be it Congress, every opposition has now got a chance. Now, this was supposed to actually be a feather in the cap for the Chief Minister. He would have claimed that we built this dam after taking a loan of more than 1 lakh crores. We have built this for the people of Telangana, and he would have accumulated votes. But it turned out to be, exactly opposite of it. Now, everybody is questioning the, material that was used, or the construction, the way it has been done. That is being questioned, and also the charges of corruption are being leveled against the present government. So, will this act as the debacling factor for the ruling party, that is BRS? Now, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi visited Medigadda barrage of Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project on Thursday, where a few cracks developed over the barrage pillars, leading to controversy over the design and quality of project that the BRS government had been proudly claiming as a mega project built in record time.
Mr. Gandhi was accompanied by Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee TPCC President A. Revant Reddy, CLP leader Bhati Vikramaraka, Mantini MLA D. Sridhar Babu and MLC T. Jeevan Reddy. Later, Mr. Gandhi posted on Twitter saying it showcased the corruption of BRS government. So that's the chance that they got. Moitra, there is the news that I was talking. It is there in Hindu also. And what have they written? Moitra's, all right. According to sources, the opposition MPs were enraged by Mr. Sonkar's repeated questions about Ms. Moitra's relationship with industrialist Darshan Hiranandani. Oh, I did not read that. I did not see that coming. So she was asked, what is your relationship with industrialist Darshan Hiranandani? When Mr. Sonkar refused to accept the opposition member's suggestion to adjourn and reconvene the meeting at a later date, they demanded a vote with 5 opposition MPs and 5 BJP MPs in attendance. The deciding vote continued. The meeting was casted by Mr. Sonkar. And these questions were labeled as undignified. We have more on page 10. All right, and also Rahul Gandhi said cracks have developed in multiple pillars because of shoddy construction, with reports indicating that the pillars are sinking. KCR and his family are using the Kaleshwaram project as their personal ATM to plunder the people of Telangana, he posted on Twitter. So this is a campaign actually that has been started by the Congress party, wherein they show an ATM which is labeled as, I saw it in our Shararti Telangana. So let's see. Now this is how it looks like. The KCR, it's a cartoon that is being depicted here. And ATM with 1 lakh crores. And I cannot read Telugu, so that might be Kaleshwaram or something. I don't know what is written here in Telugu. But it's the KCR family. You have KTR and Kavita also, although face has not been shown out here. So this is source is Twitter. This is what is being posted on Twitter and has been trending so far. So that is what they say, that it's an ATM and you have 2000 rupee note. So just so you know, they have been out of circulation now. You should not be withdrawing. You will not get rupees 2000 notes then. All right. So where were we? We were with the Hindu. And will I be spending an hour with Hindu today? 1 second. I have. All right. Kumar students can do. Again, he's here with a lot of elephants and love. So is that elephant, I have a question for Kumar. So Kumar, is that a party symbol? There is BSP, I think BSP has elephant as their party symbol. Is it for that you love Bahujan Samajwadi Party, or is it representing something else? And Amresh is here with a good morning, and Naveen says, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा खुद बंदे से पूछे कि बता बंदे तेरी रजा क्या है. So that is what the actual line is, but he has altered that कि खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से पूछे कि बता बंदे तेरी रजा क्या है. तो बंदा कहता है, what will our राजनेता's answer? अपने राजनेता क्या जवाब देंगे? So Naveen Kota has a statement to make. Have a great day. Love watching your channel. Hyderabad and Deccan, India, says Funny Shekhar. And good morning, Vijay Rana, says Tirupati Soyam. Rahul Gandhi should have taken IIT engineers along with him. Well, that's a good suggestion. Definitely he should have done that. But, he will not be allowed to do so. The government or the police would have detained them, and you will not be allowed. I don't know. It is surprising to see. They were not allowing a common man to actually have a look at, this barrage. But Rahul Gandhi, since he's the biggest leader of opposition, so he might have got a chance to actually visit, but it is not allowed. A common man, the man who actually puts them there, who casts his or her vote for them, is not allowed. That's the irony of the situation, sir. Supreme Court seeks, and this has been built with our money. People like me, people like you who pay taxes. Our salary comes after deduction of taxes only. Nobody questions us whether you have to pay the tax. You should. It already comes pre-deducted. So we are taken for granted, and that's the money that is accumulated and utilized. I would have been really happy if this irrigation scheme would have benefited my farmer brothers and sisters, but instead it is going to make them bankrupt, because not bankrupt per se, but it's a loss-making exercise. It's only a wonder to actually wonder about, as to, yes, we created the biggest project in the world, lift irrigation project, but is it beneficial is a big question, and at what cost? Even if it is beneficial, what is the cost involved? It's almost 75% more. It's 1:0.25. That's the CB ratio. So benefit is only 0.25. So if you invest 1 rupee and you reap a benefit of 0.25, that's a loss-making exercise, sir. And moving on, Supreme Court seeks data on donations through electoral bonds, reserves the verdict. Now what this means? Now this means, whenever there are elections going on in any state, there are big, large corporate houses. There are big companies that are there present in that state. Now those companies can actually donate for the party they intend to support. Now these are the electoral bonds that are being talked about. So it was never disclosed earlier whether, how much amount is being given by which company. So they can donate huge sums, and the party can use it as party funds for their promotional activities during the election. So that's what it stands for. The Supreme Court on Thursday gave the Election Commission of India 2 weeks to produce updated data till September 30th, 2023 on contributions received by political parties through electoral bond scheme, reserving the challenge to the scheme for judgment. A 5-judge bench led by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud said the ultimate purpose of devising a scheme to sanitize the process of political donation is to reduce the infusion of unaccounted for cash elements in electoral system, the need to encourage use of authorized banking channels and bring in transparency. So the whole exercise, reports are being sought so that there can be transparency in the whole process. You can design another system which does not have the flaws of the system. So he is agreeing that the current system is flawed. He is agreeing to it. The Chief Justice of India said we need to design another system which is flawless. The one existing right now has flaws. That is electoral bonds. This should not become the legitimization of kickbacks and quid pro quo between power centers and the people who are benefactors of that power. Now what do you mean by quid pro quo? It means you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So you give me let's say 100,000, or you give me 1 crore as in the form of electoral bonds, and once I come to power. Now that's an understanding. There is an industrialist, there is a politician. Now politician needs white money in order to campaign for his election. Now what he will do is he'll approach an industrialist and he'll ask for a donation. You give me a donation of, let's say, 10 crores. Now during the election time in the form of an electoral bond, and he can do it. What is in it for the industrialist? Now he'll say, once I come to power, I promise you, I will get you this project which is worth 10 crores. And we both will have our kickbacks. You can pay me 1 crore out of it. You can keep the remaining 9. The profit can be shared accordingly. So this is what this word means. Like, you help me, I will help you. And you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Quid pro quo between power centers and the people who are benefactors of that power. The purpose of business is to carry out business, not to donate to political parties, Chief Justice Chandrachud said, addressing the government. Now, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta objected to submission made by petitioner that the electoral bond scheme has only helped in the inflow of black money to fund political parties from anonymous sources. Now, anonymous sources can also donate money, it's the black money. Why do we see, I was going through Shanarthi, Telangana, and every day there is, okay, we have some comments here. Good morning, Vijay Rana sir. Baat niklegi to dur talak jayegi, Rahul Baba. So what a stylish way by Naveen Kota, he says. There is a ghazal, I'm aware of this ghazal. So it says, Baat niklegi to dur talak jayegi, Rahul Baba. So he is Rahul Gandhi's visit. Yeah, okay. Funny Shekhar, I think I lost a comment. He wanted to write more. All right, so baat niklegi to dur talak jayegi, Rahul Baba. He doesn't look like a big Congress kind of a guy. He's pro BJP, I believe, and there is nothing wrong with it. I also love all the political parties. I love to read about different political parties as to what is happening. And one finding, just a finding, this habit of reading through the lives of these politicians, so to say. I found something very, that I never heard about. That I don't know if I should be saying this in media or not. I don't have that clarity. But some facts come out which are really shocking. Some leaders and their personal life. It's about their personal life as to. Although everybody thought they were the bachelors, and yes, they remained single throughout their life, but they had a love story as well. So how interesting, somebody who was larger than life, and who has worked extensively for the development of India. Then you come to know he also belongs to the same fraternity wherein प्यार में धोखा हो जाता है ना, तो वो उनके साथ भी हुआ है. So it gives you that feeling of comfort that okay, I am not the only one, and so I read that also. I'm not sure. I'll not take the name out here. I don't know how, because he has an image, and he had an image. He is no more now. So, and I wouldn't want to tarnish any image, or people might perceive it in a different way. I'm just saying it because I could relate to it as to what he had to go through. And I could actually see the amount of love he had for her, but it never got materialized, despite the fact he had the wealth of the entire nation at his disposal. He was the highest leader in the country, but he could not get his love. All right, so that's how love is. I'm sure, he will have something to write about, what's his, Naveen will have something to write about that. Naveen Kota will definitely write something. Your English is very good, says Dasari Harish. Thank you so much, Harish. And I'm sure after me reading something in Hindi, you might, my Hindi is better than my English. Because the kind of vocabulary that I can use in Hindi is, I really like my Hindi, and thanks to my teachers, Ram Murthy sir, I owe it all to him. I owe it all to Annapurna ma'am, and now forgetting the name of another one. There were 3 teachers for me who taught me Hindi, and Ram Murthy sir primarily was the motivating factor. मेरी प्रेरणा का स्रोत राममूर्ति सर ही थे, और उन्हीं के पद चिन्हों पे चलते हुए मैंने अपनी हिंदी सुधारी, और उनका काफ़ी बड़ा योगदान रहा है मेरे हिंदी का जो आज वक्तव्य या कोई भी आप अगर मुझे हिंदी में बात करनी हो तो वो सारा श्रेय उन्हीं को जाता है. And moving on, we have Mari. Ravi Mari says, Anna, good morning Ravi, how are you? So moving on with our newspaper, where were we? Oh, now we have Deccan Chronicle. Now let's do a mix and match. I have the liberty, being on social media, I have the liberty of picking up different newspapers and reading out different news from them. Modi, Congress is promoter of graft. So let's see what they have to say. List Baghel's failure, BJP's Chhattisgarh plan. So Bhupesh Baghel, the Chief Minister from Congress, is now being questioned in Chhattisgarh by none other than our very own Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What he has to say on Baghel. He says, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday launched a scathing attack on Congress, stating that the party shunned developments and promoted corruption when it came to power in state. Wherever there is Congress rule, there is corruption and no development. The Congress and development cannot exist together, Modi said while addressing an election meeting in Kanker of Bastar in Chhattisgarh. Modi said Congress can never work with honest intention and alleged that the grand old party always loot the public money when it came to power in a state to fill its coffers. Many scams and scandals had broken out during the Congress-led UPA rule at the center, he said. Modi further said Congress has been out of power at the center in last 10 years and hence the party filled its coffers by looting the public money from the states ruled by it. So the allegations continue. Whether the Congress is in power in the state, wherever the Congress is in power in the state, it is looting the people there. He alleged accusing Bhupesh Baghel government of indulging in corruption. Modi also stated that many mega scandals happened during the current dispensation in Chhattisgarh. In a sarcastic remark targeting Bhupesh Baghel government, Modi said the Congress had promised to enforce prohibition in Chhattisgarh before 2018 assembly polls. So by prohibition we means liquor will not be sold in Chhattisgarh. But surprisingly people, the amount of revenue that a state generates by selling liquor is humongous. It's huge. And it is very difficult for a state to actually impose these kind of restrictions that liquor will not be sold. Liquor will still get sold. I have witnessed it myself. Liquor still gets sold but in black. You will be able to get liquor. It will be smuggled across the borders, but the cost of it will be 3 or 4 times, I believe. I'm not sure if it will be that high, but I don't know how many times, sorry, but definitely it has to be that high. It might be that high. And moving on in a sarcastic remark, all right. Congress government has instead delivered a liquor scandal. The Prime Minister also accused the Bhupesh Baghel government of misappropriating the district mineral funds set up in the mineral rich areas for undertaking developmental work in those particular areas. Modi said that the state Congress government had asserted around 300 guntas, that is cattle shelters, had been established in Chhattisgarh. However, upon verification by the center, it was found that around 250 Govardhan facilities were fraudulent and not in operation. Now what happens out here is, people, as far as I know, so they did fund 250 Govardhan facilities wherein, and I have witnessed this, I'm also a villager. I have my roots in my village. Now what people do out there, and I'm really not happy with the way people operate. When these schemes are being launched, what happens is people take the fund, they are given 50,000 to construct a shed so that they can shelter. Then they are given another 50,000 to purchase a cow so that they can earn a livelihood. Now they construct a very, very shabby shed which will cost them 10,000 only. And it's just a show off. They will keep 40,000 for their own expenses. They will buy a cow that is, that is very old, and they'll show this is worth 50,000. So they'll spend 20,000 and they'll keep 80,000. There is a cousin of mine. He's a government employee, and what he does. There is a scheme in Himachal Pradesh, and I'm really shocked. Why is he? He's well educated. He's a teacher. He should lead by example. What he does is he has got the entire land on his name. He has made his father sign that land, and it's now he's the sole responsible person, and he takes a loan of 10 lakhs every year for 11 months without interest, with 0% interest, since he's a farmer as well. And then in the 11th month he returns the entire, in the 12th month he returns the entire 10 lakhs. And then, he doesn't need that money, but still he will avail that scheme. Why? Why do you need those 10 lakhs? You have a house constructed, you have a beautiful family, you have handsome salary, you have everything, you have a car, you have a bike, you have every facility government has given. You are on a government job, sir. Still, that money could have been used by a farmer. He could have actually put it to a good use. But he uses that interest-free money, the gas subsidy. Again, one of my relatives only, she purchases the gas cylinder and she sells it. For, she gets it she is below poverty line is what she claims. But the amount of money her son earns, she might be below poverty line. Her earning might be below poverty line. But the house that she is getting constructed is worth almost 20 to 30 lakhs. She has money. Her son is earning good enough. But still she will sell the cylinder in black. If I'm a one who does not have the subsidy, or I'm visiting my village, I want a gas cylinder on priority. I can get it the very next minute. I don't have to wait for the distribution vehicle to come. All I need to do is ask my neighbor, hey, do you have a gas cylinder? They'll say, yes, but it will cost you 1,200 rupees. They might have got it for 900. They'll sell it to me at a profit of 300 rupees and I have my cylinder filled. That's how they have been misusing the schemes, and this is what might have happened. I'm not saying, it's all the fault of farmers, but this might have happened in this case because 250 facilities were fraudulent and not in operation. They were not in operation because they might have sold the cows. The farmers might have done that and they might have utilized the money. That's just a thought, because I have seen these kind of things happening and I just shared my experience. Let's see what the chat has to say. We have Mahesh also with MR3SSS. Good morning. So we had RRR, we have SSS also, people. Sansmaran, UPA घोटाले. बिल्कुल संदर्भ सहित व्याख्या भी कर दी जाएगी, तो यहाँ पर आज बवाल हो जाएगा. आज की स्ट्रीम कभी ना खत्म होने वाली एक ये आज का जो प्रसारण है, ये कभी ना खत्म होने वाला प्रसारण बन के रह जाएगा मेरे दोस्त. So let's keep it sealed for now, because the kind of घोटाले means the kind of the frauds that we see that happen. So he's talking about that, the scams that were that happened during the regime of UPA. So he wants us to take all those scams up and tear them one by one and analyze them one by one. And on one hand, we saw Rahul Gandhi visiting the Medigada barrage, but a counter to that has come from BRS, who says Rahul lacks knowledge of KLIS, says KTR. Now this is what I think the comment was in regards to, and I'm actually looking for something else. So what he says is Rahul lacks the knowledge of KLR or Kaleshwaram lift, KLIS, yeah. He lacks the knowledge of KLIS, says KTR. BRS working president and minister KT Ramarao on Thursday severely criticized Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and said the Congress leader's criticism of Kaleshwaram project exposed a complete lack of understanding about the project. All right, let's have a complete understanding. Oh, those are the PDFs. I don't want to create a PDF. So people, do you want me to actually review the cost benefit analysis that has been put up on Wikipedia? Let's rely on some sources out there. And I was actually discussing the cost of these newspapers. That is where we started from. So and this one, the Indian Express, the cost is 9 rupees. It has 36 pages, but 9 rupees does not suffice. It is not enough for a newspaper to sustain. So that's the reason they rely on. And what do we have here? Drama as Moitra walks out of Lok Sabha panel meet. And this is what Moitra reacts to reporters' question during the walkout. So that image has been put out there. And what do we have for the sports? Actually, I was about to discuss something more in detail about people, let me know in the comment section if you want me to take up the print media or the media, so to say, because the news that you see here, there might be some news agencies. So these the news that is published or the videos that you see online or on different TV channels. Now these all videos, the recordings are being sold. So there is a huge network that exists behind the scenes. There are news agencies across the globe. They have a network of reporters who actually do the reporting part, and then that news is sold to different news channels. That is what they run on their channels. And a lot of money exchanges hands. These and we have Nawaz Sharif, Bilawal Bhutto and Imran Khan out there. Supreme Court Fiat sent CEC to President, Chief Election Commissioner. All right, so we have elections coming up in Pakistan also. The Banana Republic is going to conduct elections. So let's see who is it going to be. Will it be Bilawal Bhutto? There is a funny name also for him. People out here in India, and I went through some videos, and it actually made me laugh. People call him as Billo Rani. So people address him as Billo Rani on a lighter note, that was. And we have Nawaz Sharif and Imran Khan as the top contenders in this elections. And moving on, for the cricket lovers, what a match it was. In fact, I was not really happy, by the time I came back to witness Sri Lankan innings. They were already, I think, 29 for 8. And I knew the match has actually slided. And it was Mohammad Shami. Shami stars as India quick march into the last 4. So India is into the semi-finals, winning all the 7 matches that they played. And what a fantastic bowling performance by the Indians. And moving on, what do we have? Election Digest says ECI to issue poll notifications today. We have Kejriwal skips ED date, faults its summons. And from our Shanarthi Telangana, what do we have? We have the news about electoral bonds. 9,000 Palestinians killed in conflict so far. Now this is about the Hamas and Israel conflict that started 3 weeks ago, and the death toll has risen to 9,000. And the health minister in Hamas ruled Gaza said, so Hamas ruled Gaza has a health ministry also, and they said 9,000 Palestinians have been killed since war broke out more than 3 weeks ago. According to Dr. Ashraful Qadra, a spokesperson for the ministry, the toll stands at 9,061 in Gaza, with 3,760 of them being under 18 years of age. On the Israeli side, more than 1,400 people have tragically lost their lives, with majority being civilians who fell victim to the Hamas incursion into Israel on October 7. Now, it is definitely not proportionate, but it cannot be in proportion. It was started by Hamas. They fired 5,000 rockets on civilians in Israel and killed 1,400 innocent people who were actually celebrating their festival. That is what they did. And in retaliation, now Benjamin Netanyahu is determined that Israel will finish Hamas, will eradicate Hamas from the face of the earth. That is what he has determined to, he has actually vowed, and he is determined to do. And rightly so. And rightly so. He has every right to do this. Despite the affiliation of the health ministry with the Hamas-run government, it includes medical professionals and experienced civil servants who are not affiliated with the group. The casualty figures have been subject to scrutiny by the UN, independent investigations, and even Israel's own counts in previous conflicts. Why are you counting them now? Why is there a count at all? This was bound to happen. This is what was the objective of Hamas. This was precisely what Hamas wanted. They wanted you to count and you are dancing to the tunes of Hamas. That is what you are doing. Why there is a count that is being revealed is the first question. What is it? What the impression that you want to create, the media wants to create in the minds, the narrative it wants to build. It wants to build a narrative that atrocities are being committed against the civilians or the Muslim, crowd of Gaza. Atrocities are being perpetrated against. You want to give it a religious spin. You are supporting terrorists by giving these kind of numbers. Definitely retaliation will be there. There will be collateral damage. It is not easy. The perpetrators of the crime or the terrorists of Hamas are hiding in the garb of common people. They are in between the common people. So definitely many people will die. There will be deaths. Because if they don't die, Hamas will not be uprooted. And if Hamas remains on the face of earth, then Israel will cease to exist going forward. Israel knows this is a cancer that is infecting me. You need to cut that body part which is infected. That is what they are doing. And you need to take a lot of pain, and whatever happens, Israel should not bow down to the pressure created by the global giants or the countries like United States of America, be it United Kingdom. They should not bow down. If at all there is any pressure being exerted, they have the right to retaliate, and retaliate with brutal force. And they should be doing it, and they are doing it. And they should continue to do it till Hamas has been eradicated. Alright, rupees 439 crores seized in Telangana so far. Deepak, you want a share of that? 439 crores, man. Where is my share of money? I don't need it, though I have enough to sustain my life. But imagine, that 439 crores is being circulated in Telangana itself. Where is that money, man? Who is getting that money? Since the implementation of the Model Code of Conduct in state on October 9th, the Election Commission has taken possession of assets and items amounting to a staggering rupees 439 crore. This includes a significant haul over 156.2 crore cash and 236.7 kg of gold, 1091 kg of silver and other valuables valued at over 439 crores. Now, why is it gold and silver, Because if you get this kind of cash and, you convert it into gold, and later on you sell the gold in some other state and you take that cash over there. Probably that might be the logic behind it. Or you keep that gold and you sell it later on. I don't know how it works out, why they are smuggling gold as well. Or I don't know, I have never been a part of such machinery. BJP announces third list of 35 candidates, and tomorrow we will read MLA, so-and-so MLA or so-and-so party worker or so-and-so leader left BJP and joined BRS or joined Congress. Because whenever there is a list that is released, a lot of people actually get disheartened, and Deepak is about to go to sleep. So a lot of people get disheartened, and because they worked exclusively, for the development of parties, and they aspire for a seat, but later on the seat is given to somebody else. So that causes a lot of dissatisfaction. And what do we have here? I think it's the national capital, Delhi, national capital region. Severe air quality alarm in Delhi. So every time it is, November or December, so a lot of, the quality of air, the pollution level actually increases because of the burning of the hay that is there in the fields of Punjab and Haryana. And my favorite politician out there, Chandrababu Naidu, is yet again, he did get a bail, he got an interim bail, but in the ongoing scam case, but the troubles do not seem to end for him. He has now been named in less than 24 hours. Telugu Desam Party President N. Chandrababu Naidu was granted interim bail in connection with the alleged skill development scam case. The Crime Investigation Department of Andhra Pradesh has filed a new case against him, and his cabinet colleagues. Now, this new case pertains to free sand policy and alleged financial loss to the state exchequer during the previous government's. What is free sand policy? What is this free sand policy? I'll have to do that reading as well. I'm not aware of what free sand policy is. So do you want me to read along with, me? What is the free sand? भारत ने की नोटबंदी लेकिन पाकिस्तान हुआ दिवालिया. What Naveen Kota means by this, Pakistan used to, there was an entire system existing in Pakistan where they used to print Indian currency, the fake notes, scam that was being perpetrated by Pakistan. So all those people, as soon as India did notebandi, they were the ones to suffer, and they could not do it anymore. So that is what he's referring to. So he's a learned man, I must say. So free sand scam, what is that? Why would you give sand to anybody? To build house? You don't build house with the sand, you build with cement. Alright, what is it? News tab, the Hindu, Hindustan Times. Okay, it is illegal sand mining. Yourstory.com. Somebody says there is a write-up, Cora. What will likely be an investigation? Let's see here. Mining scam. So it's related to mining. Alright. So mining scams in India. Colloquially, Indian mining scam refers to the alleged widespread scams in various ore-rich states of India, which has generated controversy. Such issues span encroachment of forest areas, underpayment of government royalties, and conflict with tribals regarding the land rights. The spillover of the effects of legal mining into issues such as naxalism and the distortion of Indian political system by mixed politics and mining interest has gained international attention. So illegal iron ore scam in Karnataka. And let's see what else is there. Balakeri port scandal. Oh man. Illegal mining in Aravali range, and the mining was being done for bauxite, iron ore, chromite and coal mining in Orissa. I think I stepped into a wrong territory, because the list of iron ore mining in Madhya Pradesh, sand mining in Madhya Pradesh, illegal mining in Goa, illegal sand mining in Tamil Nadu, illegal sand mining in Andhra Pradesh. Large scale illegal sand mining has been occurring on the banks and riverbeds of river Krishna with the involvement of local politicians. There have been reprisals against activists, journalists, local bureaucrats and other working against the sand mining in the form of violence and murders. So anybody who raises his or her voice against the government or the political parties is being murdered. So I better keep quiet. I want to live. But illegal mining, stone crushing in Ganga riverbed, Union Government Commission well, there are the list continues, the saga continues, and imagine, I have never seen Wikipedia with these many scams in one page that are being listed out there. So that is what is happening out there, people. Jali Venkatesh Varalu, very warm welcome to you. Good morning, Telangana Singareni. So he's a Singareni fan out there. And let's see what else do we have. Maratha quota activist ends fast. So finally, there was a lot of chaos in Maharashtra and regarding this quota for Marathas, and the fast has now been ended by Manoj Jangre. So really a welcome move out there. And 71 lakh WhatsApp accounts banned in September. Among these, approximately 2.57 million accounts were proactively banned without waiting for user reports. So it's about how technology can be misused. So I have also witnessed that, and let me know in the comment section, people, if you want me to analyze this further, how these scams are conducted and how they can actually pressurize a person to commit suicide as well. How dangerous these scams are, they can be, and the kind of companies that I'm going to name, you will be surprised. With that, on that note, people, it's time for me to hand over the baton to our team in Telangana, which they'll be ready with their telecast. It's already 8:09, so I'm late already. So I would like to, people, please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to our channel, or please do share our channel. We need to grow as well. So I would urge all of you to share our channel, and please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you liked today's telecast. So thank you so much. Vijay Rana signing off from Karnataka, Bangalore, and Jai Hind.
Starting with which we have KLI. Every day it looks like I'm really addicted to Shanarthi Telangana, and I don't go through all the newspapers, all the others. So let's do one thing. Let's come to Shanarthi Telangana later on. But we have quite a bit of news, and it's covering literally everything for me. But just as a change, today let's change the trend and let's start with some other newspaper. Which one it would be? Please do let me know in the comment section which one you want me to take it up. Will it be Times of India or the Hindu?